Tokyo drift. Kept it real, never switch. Ride or die, homie. And every chick that I'm with look just like a Barbie. I can get a little cocky, okay, and what? And all the hating you been doing, it just ain't adding up. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Need to worry about how the fuck you gonna pay the rent. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Every time I see Mo, I'm screaming out, feed me. Little shopper horror, come feed me some peach cobbler. It's all peaches and cream when you make a little profit. The Lord of Crypto posted up like a hobby. Tryna put some more coins in this motherfucking watch. Should I let my nuts hang or should I take profit? Gotta keep my eyes open even though I feel exhausted.
To choose.
Keep on grinding or you gon' cry. Stay in the nest or you gon' fly. Put up a few dollars or bet the whole pie. Bet the whole pie.
To choose.
You going long or Danny DeVito? You want a little bump or you want the whole kilo? Killing all your bills like Quentin Tarantino.
Choose.
It's a crypto world. Everybody wanna get a piece. Money will increase. If you learn about it, time to eat. It's a green candle. Hope the bears don't grab the grease. I'm revenge trade. Up all night, I can't even sleep. The sun caught my ass again. Ain't no going back to sleep. Eyes red like I'm so big lion, not a sheep. It's a crypto world. Shout out to the crypto girl. Getting to the back, the whole world. That's what you deserve. Time to swerve and bend the curve. Riding in the forest. Got on market cypher merch. Feeling like it's Ralph Lauren. Steering wheel in a Ferrari. I call that the wheel of fortune. I'm just trying to get my portion. Bending corners like contortion. Drop the top on the Rari. I call that the headless horseman. What the fuck you gon' do? Join the market cypher crew. Told the front desk I need a room with a view. So I can see the Vegas strip. Stumping in my moon boots.
To choose.
Keep on grinding or you gon' cry. Stay in the nest or you gon' fly. Put up a few dollars or bet the whole pie. Bet the whole pie.
To choose.
You going long or Danny DeVito? You want a little bump or you want the whole kilo? Killing all your bills like Quentin Tarantino. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Oh, what? This TA on my charts. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Oh, what? All this TA on my charts just like graffiti. Charts looking just like graffiti. Just like graffiti. All this TA on my charts. All this TA on my charts.
It's time to choose.
All right, what's going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So I want to make sure everything sounds good, is looking good. I see we got some people watching on X. We have people coming in on the YouTube. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, dinging the bell. We are battling a massive shadow ban right now. For some reason, we are just getting absolutely cooked on the algorithm, but we press on, and we're going to continue to press on, just like we have to in this thing, crypto, which is kind of like the hero's journey. And we've seen the main characters of crypto experience the hero's journey from basically starting either from nothing, building an empire, getting duped by evil forces, hitting absolute rock bottom, possibly even ending up in jail, and then getting out of jail or a mental institution through this hero's journey to then really have to rethink your entire life and how you're going to represent these lessons that you learned in this hero's journey. And if we can complete the hero's journey, then we would be bringing back knowledge, wealth, prosperity back to our families and into our communities to be able to do God's work. That's the hero's journey, my friends. And that's what crypto is right now, because we have been basically, we effed around and found out about all the things that are manipulating the space. We saw this with Binance and the massive liquidations. We've seen this in different points of the cycle with FTX, with the Terra Luna crash, so many that we can go down the list and name, but we're not going to name them all. But we want to remind you guys that there is a war happening. There is a war happening for your mind, for your assets, and for ultimate control over your entire life. And so the moment that you actually start to realize this is when the attacks come out as even stronger and when you need to double down. And so what we're going to go into is correlating all this with what's happening with blockchain, how the United States is basically the signal that this is happening, that this war is happening in the background for your mind, for your assets, for control, for energy. And it's being fought over the blockchain. It's being fought through trade, and it's being fought through AI and energy. And this is what we're going to talk about a little bit today. We're going to get into the price action. Obviously, it's garbage. No one's happy about it. We are seeing that Binance is still committing crimes, even though I thought, man, they would liquidate the markets as hard as they did a week or two ago and give it a break. But no, they can't help themselves until Binance is taken down. And they stop sending coins like Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin into Wintermute to wash trade the market. It's going to do this. It's going to do this. I mean, this is basically, if you look at what's happening with Solana right now, this is exactly what they do. It gets to this sell wall, and then Binance says, no, sorry, we're going to, right here, if you were to go on chain and look at Arkham Intelligence and look at the Wintermute hot wallet, and see, and it's not just Binance too. Binance is a lot of the times the biggest culprit, but then we'll see Bybit, we'll see all these big, OKX hot wallets sending in Solana, sending in Bitcoin, sending in Ethereum, and it's those main three right there. And so what we think is happening is Solana is actually, we thought about this, Solana is very much an American crypto. Solana is very much aligned on the side of America and not being, because if you think about it, BNB is a direct communist attack against crypto and America. I'll say it. It really is. So the fact that there's people trenching and learning Chinese just so they could buy these coins, the fact that the people on Twitter are basically still shilling CZ and Binance Smart Chain memes or applications or dApps. And if you live in America and you're doing this, you need to stop it right now. Because basically what you're doing is you are part of the problem. You are part of the coordinated attack against American crypto. That is what is happening right now. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into why that is, I feel like, the truth to what is happening right now. And anyone who is supporting BNB and Binance for what they, and especially after what they've done and what we've proven, multiple people have proven. So it is, yeah, GB is totally right. People forget that there is a national level conflict that is messing with your tokens. Yes, 100%. This is, and it's meant to basically shake you out. And we get convinced to use these perp dexes that have 200x leverage. We get convinced to try and full part our freaking portfolio into these leverage trades. And really, guys, the name of the game is spot and chill. Spot and chill. And honestly, it sucks because it's like we have people like CryptoFace, bless his heart, CryptoFace. CryptoFace can do these trades because he's got millions of dollars to do it. He doesn't care if he bonks a trade. He doesn't give a shit. But us, we're fighting with our last $100, my friends. So when we get liquidated, that's all we got. That's it. There is no, oh, let me just go into my fucking margin account and get my millions of dollars of margin to liquidate out away. This is what people get convinced that they can do the same, but it's not the same for everyone. So what the battle is right now is what has won over time consistently. Dollar cost averaging and not leverage trading at all. Dollar cost averaging these assets, and we know now what the strong assets are. We asked Grok a very simple question. Hey, what didn't go down during the AWS crash. So the AWS, the Amazon Web Services, proved that blockchain in terms of it being, quote, decentralized is not very decentralized and is very much at threat of all these different things that are reliant on the open internet to function. It proved that it's not working very well. And so what it did is it gave us a nice list of blockchains that didn't go down. So this should give you the forward thinking of what blockchains are actually going to be used in the new money system. Okay? Bitcoin, Solana, Cardano didn't go down. Cardano gets a bad rap, but hey, it didn't go down. Algorand, Hedera, ICP, zero downtime, positioned as an AWS alternative. Tezos, this is old school. I don't know what Clever is. I'm not sure about Clever, but look, Pulse Chain. I was surprised. I was like, oh, is it actually going to use Pulse Chain? So yeah, and so GB says, don't get shaken out. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. And that's where you're going to see people calling for bear markets. They're going to call you stupid. Like there's a really famous trader that I started following. He's calling for the bear market. He's like, hey, everyone, you're freaking crazy and you're stupid. Yeah, keep dollar cost averaging. But there's going to be people like this. See, he doesn't care. He's made millions. He trades. He doesn't care if the market goes down or up. He's fine. But for people that are just trying to get into crypto right now and accumulate and understand it, they have to buy. What do you mean? Like you just going to stay in cash for years? No, it's not going to work like that. So people need an edge. They need something, and they need to be able to still learn and not get convinced just because they're buying in a bear market doesn't mean that it's just going to all just continue to keep going to zero. We know that's not true. We know that's not true because those same people, while they're calling for the bear markets and everything like that, yeah, call for the bear market. Well, what do you do in a bear market? You buy. You buy, right? So if we've been in the longest, quote, bear market right now, stretched out according to this chart, then I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. But it's crazy though, because, and I get it, because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt when you literally see this happening right now. Another manipulation and short squeeze of Beyond Meat. Now, I know you guys have saw this. Now, we're trying to cover everything here. We're going to cover as much as we can. So then if you don't know what the heck is going on, hopefully this live stream will kind of pull it in all together so then you can be bullish, because this is atrocious. I mean, literally, we're in crypto and we're supposed to be popping off most bullish framework, legislation, everything we could ever imagine to be happening for crypto that we wanted 3 years ago. And people were getting sued left and right. Things were going down. Would have loved to have this type of framework. But now we have crypto just getting cooked. And we have Beyond Meat stock going up to $8 from 50 cents. I mean, what the freaking hell? I mean, this is crazy. This is just crazy. It's literally a 16x in a week. So no wonder. And then we have Cadena. Cadena comes out and does a public announcement saying, we regret to inform everyone that we suck and we're down. We're ceasing all operations. And then Charles comes over and says, anyone from the Cadena ecosystem want to reach out? And remember, Cadena was like a project that Cryptos R Us would talk about. It's like some of these projects like that big accounts will talk about, some of them go to zero. And I want these big accounts to come back out and say, hey, I'm sorry for talking about that. I just want to make sure you guys, didn't invest all your eggs in that basket because now it's dead. So that's what I always want to tell you guys. If we mention anything that we are buying, we are under the impression that it can go to absolute zero and we fail. None of this is guaranteed, but we do think that we are possibly in some of the best asymmetric upside coins that you can be inside the market. And so I thought it was funny that Charles, he's like, hey guys, any of the Cadena ecosystem want to reach out? You can come over to our dead chain and hopefully you can help us build it up so it's not dead. and we can actually have some cool applications that people will use. Because if you were to ask someone in crypto, what was the last Cardano app that you used, they would not be able to answer you, and that's just the truth. And Charles, if I were to meet Charles, I'd say, well, Charles, like if you were to go ask any regular crypto person what the last app they used, that would answer your question. But that's fine, because if you're doing something else, I think Charles Hoskinson and Ada have a opportunity that they're not tapping into, is the health administration organization and their clinics and all that stuff. I mean, why are they not having Cardano be implemented in some type of governance for healthcare? I don't freaking know. I mean, they're probably doing something. I don't know. Charles might be cooking. We got to give him some credit. So, but we have to joke at least. We got to throw some jokes. Got to have a sense of humor in crypto. Because look, at the end of the day, we might end up with another bag of Cardano going into the altcoin season. It's really, really tough. Butcher's been on the Binance hunt as well. If you guys know this account, Butcher, he's got a lot of followers, 196,000 followers. He is very much under the impression that Binance is the enemy and is the reason why altcoins and your bags are completely destroyed. I would agree. And we've been following DAX, so we're gonna get on the excuse me, the topic of privacy coins. You know, this is what's also really it's kind of irky, because we said that it's possible that privacy coins would be the last rotation of a pump and signal for a bear market. So it is a little weird that we did have Bitcoin basically a local top at least, at 126,000. And then the moment that we've consolidated from 126,000, guess what started pumping? Zcash. Guess what started pumping? That stuff, mainly Zcash. So that's a little irking. It is a little irking, but it still doesn't shake me out in the fact that we are in the bleeding edge of culture in crypto. So I feel like we're going to get market share. And I think this is all just psyop plays. And why I say it's a war on your crypto bags and a war on your mind, because at the end of the day, in the next few years, everything's going on chain. We're going to be in a completely new money system, but it takes the dying off of the old system, and that usually comes with growing pains. And so what I see here is this happening in real time. And we need to be able to not get convinced to still stay in the old money system, which is being in fiat, which is going into the debt system, and not literally being intuitive enough and instinctual enough to just be doubling down and learning crypto and learning what the institutions are using, what the AI is about to use, what they're going into, and then that's your answer of where to be. It's like if you had the crystal ball back then in the early days of the internet and realized that, okay, people are lazy, they're going to order stuff online, they're going to choose convenience. So Amazon's probably going that direction, and Amazon went up 68,000% over the next 25 years. Massive long play into that type of thinking. So when you think about crypto, it's the same thing. Bleeding edge of tech and innovation in a new money system. So this is why it's very important to not get shaken out of the crypto space right now. We have to continue to show up. If we don't, Thread Guy will get all the freaking partnerships. Thread Guy will get all the partnerships, and there won't be any left for all of us that quit. So in other news, so Thread Guy got a massive partnership with Polymarket. Polymarket's taking over. Polymarket has completely entered into the United States. It's not fully official yet. United States account can't trade on Polymarket, but you can if you are smart. Basically, Solana has also gotten incorporated into Polymarket because, look, Polymarket at first was just powered by the Polygon chain, the Pol ecosystem, Polygon. So now you can actually transact in Bitcoin, I think, and also in Solana. And Solana is just proving that it is basically wanting to be like the go-to chain on every wallet that used to be more Ethereum based supported, and then started adding all the different layer 1s, layer 2s, mostly the layer 2s and the layer 1s support. But now MetaMask and wallets like Phantom have completely integrated all chains that are the top picks, the ones that are moving, the ones that volume is happening. So that's why we're seeing a lot of support for Solana. And we would want to point out the fact that Solana, before Litecoin, XRP, like all these altcoins, okay, they have an ETF. So, and we're going to tie all this in together, guys. Like, I know I might be boring you, but look, this is going to save you and get you more bullish and get you to stop leverage trading. It's going to get you to accumulate real assets, and you're going to build up the biggest crypto bag you've ever had. And you're not going to listen to the noise, and you're not going to listen to all of the crap that is going to convince you that you need to continue to still be in the old money system. It's insane. It is insane. Like, we are so early, and to give up now, and to then just like say, oh, let me just continue to give faith and hope and belief in the old money system. How has that ever served you? I mean, we that never served us very much to begin with. So we're going to have to fusion over now. But we're all in. We're all in crypto. I mean, we have like $5 in our bank account, and we have everything else in crypto, which is still not that much, because as many times as we've got cooked and tried to leverage trade. And I'll come here to this show, this timeline, and talk to you guys directly. Stop leverage trading. It's not going to work. Just stop. It like the leverage trading at the end of the day, as many times as Binance keeps doing this and this and this and this and this, there's no way your P&L is actually good. It's mostly you're probably getting back to break even, and we keep blowing our accounts and trying to build them back up and say, oh, yep, we can do it. Let's build it back up. No, what we need to be doing is building up our spot bags and literally stop using leverage, because all we're doing is giving our money to the exchanges. You know, our best defense against Binance is to buy spot crypto and hold it. Hold it long enough until they stop and get probed and get taken out. Okay, we had to hold on. We've been here long enough to see all the other people get taken out by Binance, and we still showed up. We're still here. Okay, so I am willing to continue to show up here and keep learning the lessons, and come here and tell you guys, please stop. Like, just. You need spot crypto. We need spot crypto. And we need to stop using Binance platforms. We need to stop. I mean, come on. We need to stop. Like, the moment I was like, oh yeah, let me put in some trades, you know, and it's ridiculous. It's just, and the only reason why we're doing it is because we're trying to make our money back. But if we were smart, we would be getting fresh capital. We got to go out in the world and get capital. We got to go out in the world and get capital. What's your skill? What are you good at? Let's do that. Double down on that and start getting more money and accumulating our assets. That's what we need to do, because we keep giving it away. We keep giving it to these perp dexes. You realize these perp dexes are only another means to extract you. Their accounts on there, they're their accounts. Those trading accounts that they're refunding are their own accounts, okay? They're their own accounts. But see, here you go, crypto fart. But see, the difference between the Trump family and Binance is that Binance will just gaslight us and not admit it. Eric Trump said, "Hey, we made $1 billion being in crypto." I mean, he's like, he just comes right to the timeline and just tells you. He's like, "Look, of course we've made a lot of money." Binance will be like, "Hey, build, just keep building, guys. Just keep using our products, even though we scammed you 1,000 times over." At least Trump posted a contract and did give us a chance, but it was very short-lived. And Trump, even though it's sometimes hard to believe him, he was saying it's a good time to buy. Damn it, it was a good time to buy. We should have listened. I don't know. What else do you want? But again, like I said, you know, if you have post-traumatic stress, it is hard to navigate how the market is trying to get you to do something. Either convince you to go this way, convince you to go that way, but it's all up to you. You know, but that's why you have to fix your perception. Like, it's all about the perception of the market. But see, in the crypto far is a perfect example where I see him. He's there every single day, and I know you're watching crypto every day, and you feel like you're just like, oh, I've just gotten cooked. So I've gotten cooked a few, with the leverage trading. Binance is doing this. You're feeling angry, and I'm feeling that same way too. But this is what you're gonna do. You're not gonna give up, man. Like, you're not gonna give up. He says, "I'm so close to selling everything and walking away from crypto, maybe come back next bear cycle." No. See that, like, you just like seriously, like, this is the time, like these times that we've been through where we have come onto this live stream and told you guys, even like, I feel like I'm about to quit. Like, I feel like I'm about to give up. And I'm going to tell you something. Okay. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't give up. I was about to stop streaming. I was about to give up. I was about to give up fully. And I didn't. I said, I can't quit now. And I thought about it, and I was like, came to the timeline. I was like, I came to you guys and I said, I'm going to quit. I think I'm going to stop streaming. And then that night, I was laying in bed and I felt disgusting. I felt like I was going to puke. I kept thinking about the feeling it would feel like, me continuing each day, knowing that I gave up, knowing that I quit, that I chose to quit instead of keep pressing on, realizing that most of the people that have been in crypto had been through multiple cycles. I mean, had probably lost it all multiple times, especially some of these crypto YouTubers. I mean, they started with 5, maybe 50 people watching their live stream, but then they continued, they grinded 5 years, 6 years. And then even at the 6-year mark, oh my God, and then 7, finally broke through. And I told myself I would be doing myself, my community, you guys, a disservice of not being able to have enough of a strong will to still continue to show up every single day. And so when I made that choice, something happened. Okay? I can't tell you what it is. But you'll know soon enough. You'll see it. Something happened. I got a light at the end of the freaking tunnel. Like, I got a light at the end of the freaking tunnel. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. And it's going to continue to happen like this. Because if you just don't quit, you are one message, you're one thing, you're one step away from getting that progression, that thing. And so my advice to you guys is to figure out where you've been going wrong and what has made you feel just that the space is gross and you want to leave, and let's transmute it and make it positive. Like, why did you get into crypto to begin with? What excited you about it? Of course, the prospect of making money excited you to get into crypto, but was it really just that? Or was it the way that it made you feel? It made you feel like you were getting into something new, something like this is like, okay, there's something about this. This whole like market, this whole thing of tokens and Bitcoin, and there's something about it. The community, the things that you can build. Watching the content, the content was different, it was different than most financial content. It was all, before it was all drop shipping and, let me learn about drop shipping. And that was like, or let me start a shirt company. And then you start to see the crypto content. You're like, okay, this is different. Something's different about this. And that's what got me into it. That's what brought me in to begin with. Was that feeling. And my wife always reminds me, she's so smart. My wife is so smart. And every time I get down about crypto, or I get, I feel like I'm not, I don't want to make a video or something like that. She knows, so what got you to be happy about crypto and do it in the beginning? She's like, you without making any money or doing anything, you were just like in the garage, like making videos, and you were happy about it. You seemed excited. She's like, think about those times when you feel like you're going to quit. And that's what we all have to go back to. We got to get back to our roots. Like what brought us here to begin with? What brought us here to begin with? So if you guys agree with me, or if you're feeling what I'm feeling, put some W's in the chat. Put some W's in the chat. Because while the market will, and the big accounts and things like that, they're going to either convince you to just like not even be bullish crypto at all. They're not going to explain to you about the hero's journey of what it takes, of why you might be feeling the way that you're feeling. And I want to try and do my best, because I am experiencing this directly in my own journey, where like I feel like I had so many opportunities to really make progress, and I have made progress, a lot of progress, but then I go back and I go, man, I've just learned so much. I really have learned a lot of lessons. And some of them I feel like I could easily say they're massive mistakes, but I want to take it more of in a positive light and say that we learned a lot. We definitely learned a lot. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I barely have any Bitcoin left. I barely have any Bitcoin left. And then that's with a lot of people. And you know why? You know why no one has any Bitcoin? Because they got convinced that they could 2x, 3x leverage trade it safely. And now it's all gone. And most people weren't even very bullish Bitcoin to begin with. They didn't even hold Bitcoin. And so that's also a problem. So we've messed up pretty big on a lot of things. And so in that, it's taught us a big lesson. You're never gonna beat the market when it comes to trading. I'm sorry, but you're never gonna do it. You're not gonna beat the market. The market is smarter than you. The market makers know where your stops are, where your liquidations are. And now it doesn't even matter if you thought you were safe at a 5x because Binance proved us otherwise, that your 2x is not safe. Your 1x isn't safe. Hey, you're actually, everything isn't safe in terms of that. So what do we learn from this? You find the ecosystems and the tokens that have a supply that's not super controlled. We could go into, and it's very controversial because then you could say, hey, well, the Bitcoin supply is controlled. 60% of the Bitcoin wallets, or 40% or 50% of the Bitcoin wallets hold 60 to 70% of the supply. So, but I think, yeah. It's just, the leverage trading is very, very addicting. It's very addicting. It's a problem. And I think accounts that promote it primarily don't realize that they have such an advantage over their community because they have a bigger account. They might even be funded by the exchange with margin to trade with, so then they're not even like emotionally attached to it. So it gets you this feeling that like, oh, well, then I should be able to do that too, right? Let me trade. But the difference is that you're using your own money, and a lot of the times what you end up doing is chasing the trades that you made or trying to win it back. By then, this is what everyone does. And if you haven't done it, you're lying to me. I know you've done it. You're lying to me. Don't lie to me. You took some of your spot crypto and you sold it to then go into and send it into an exchange to leverage trade. And guess what? You got liquidated. Now you're $150 down on your spot bag. You've all done it. You've all done it. And so what we have to do is battle that feeling, because that is impatience. It's evil. It's literally a sin because you're gambling now at that point. You're not trading, you're gambling, and you're losing your crypto. And who is it going to? It's going to the exchanges. The direct problem. So the ultimate lesson here is to fight the urges to do this. And instead of giving away your crypto to the markets, you're going to keep your crypto. You're going to continue to accumulate, and you're going to fight the urge to leverage trade. Okay? You're going to fight it. We have to fight it all the time because we tasted the serum. We tasted from the cup of, quote, changing your life by becoming a trader. Okay? You can change your life by becoming a day trader. Look, and this is what you end up looking like. You end up looking like this. Where's the post? It's diabolical because it's so true. Where's the post? It's so diabolically true. I think it's in my bookmarks. It's so diabolically true of this is what we all look like when we convinced ourselves that we were going to quit our job and become a day trader. I'm going to quit my 9-to-5 and start day trading. It'll make me rich. All the while, you're the same Buzz Lightyear on the shelf with everyone else. And guess who is running the warehouse? Wintermute and Binance. That's the warehouse, my friends. Well, headband I have, I'm an idiot. I tasted the cup. I was like, oh, I've done it before. I've turned $100 into 10,000. I could definitely do it. and then you'll come in to be like, I'm gonna figure it out. Headband, well, because you're smart, man. You're smart. I'm telling you, leverage trading's addicting. It's very addicting. It's so addicting. It's actually more addicting. So you guys realize you get the hits. So when you put in the trade, okay. So look, when you put in a trade, okay. So look, when I'm looking at the charts and you're putting in the trade, guess what? Putting in the entry is the hit that you're getting. You're not getting the dopamine hit from winning the trade. You get it, and you get all the feelings by putting it in and watching the trade. That's the fun part about it. You put it in, and then you'll sit there and you realize that you'll watch it. You'll sit there and you'll watch it. Even if you have stop losses and take profit set, you'll still look at the trade. Because guess what? That's what it's meant to do. And then it sucks your attention in. It literally takes your attention away from everything else. It takes your attention away from your family. It takes your attention away from the shit that you're supposed to do, because out of all during the day, if you're leverage trading, that is all your mind is even thinking about. That's it. That's all it's thinking about. You could try and focus, but if you have money on the line and you have a trade open, you're not paying attention. You're looking at your phone, you're checking to see if you're about to get liquidated. And so that's why I think ultimately it really is kind of evil. Because if you were to just, if I would have just figured out what I figured out a long time ago and applied it and not gotten convinced by my own doing, it's my own fault. Like I got on crypto Twitter and all of a sudden my DCA went out the window. I got on crypto Twitter and all of a sudden I turned into a degenerate. All of a sudden I started thinking I could leverage trade. I started watching other traders that they built their wealth to be able to trade with that extra money by DCAing, so which they don't tell you. Most of the traders that are blowing their money or trading and live trading and losing accounts, or, oh, I lost $2,000 on that trade. Well, guess what? They're able to lose the $2,000 because they DCA'd Bitcoin for 5 years. Or they DCA'd stuff for a while. So completely different. It's relative. It's all relative at that point. So man, I'm just telling you guys, this is the biggest alpha I can give you right now. Like this is the biggest alpha I can give you right now. Okay? 100%. Biggest alpha that I can give you right now. This is what you should be paying attention to. All right, let's go. Let's keep going down to through some posts here. We're having some fun. All right. So all right, let me go through the comments. Steve Randall, shout out to everyone who's here. We got Steve Randall Jr. in the house. We got Headband in the house. We got Lasers. We got Ozzy Osbourne back from the dead in the chat. We got Ozzy in the house. We got Lasers go pew pew, baby. And I'm curious, guys, does my microphone sound better? I changed the polarity, changed the microphone. Oh, sorry. What about the privacy sector you detailed for like 25? Oh, yeah. Let me, hold on. So where the... Hold on. Oh, I had a... Okay, I had it bookmarked. Okay. We got a couple things to talk about. All right. So this privacy theory, I was like, okay, will privacy coins be the last rotation? Will privacy be the last rotation in crypto? It's a good guess. So will Monero end up going to $1,000? Will Zcash continue to go parabolic? But like we're supposed to, like people who are in crypto, who are on the kind of the bleeding edge. They want to see what's the new thing, the new. I wouldn't say it's weird because it's a new narrative, but old narrative. Crypto used to be based on privacy, and that was the whole point. And when you start to get into these companies being able to see everything, and all these data miners and all these, hackers, and be able to literally see everything that you're doing by them hacking into a POS system, and then all of a sudden they get everyone's addresses, and then so there's a problem there. There's a problem here. So crypto really isn't private. They could once someone's able to connect your address to what you're doing, they can literally go and track down everything from each address that you've sent into this to that, unless it is ZK proofed, zero knowledge, but can provide proof. But is it going to be a point where you are going to be able to send any of your assets into a quote ZK proof protocol, so then it's obfuscated in the protocol, and then it's private? So Squid Grow, if you know Shibtoshi is one of the original Shiba Inu, not millionaire, billionaire. Okay, billionaire. And so he's very much a private person, as you can tell. He has the face mask. He doesn't. Sound is of karaoke quality. Oh, is it bad? I thought it was better. I thought it was a little bit better. But what was I saying? I totally just derailed myself, my brain. What were we just saying? Help me, guys. Yeah, ZK roll-ups. Yeah, the zero knowledge. So Squid Grow. Yes. Shibtoshi. Squid Grow. Okay, so Squid Grow and Silent Swap, that's what they were building. So they were actually pushing this privacy 2 years ago. If you remember, they were like, really like, hey, this is very important. You should be able to like go into a swap and it be able to be a silent swap where, yes, okay, sorry, I like totally, my brain just went, okay, so they were doing this and building this a little while ago. So that's an example. That's just an example. Is like, let's pull in an example. It's not recreating the wheel, but what Zara is doing, and Headband, thanks for Headband for tipping me off into this kind of early play, because if privacy is going to be one of those things that is massively focused on, kind of like when it also, I don't want to say when it's like too late, but when people are going to be like, holy crap, we really need to like start to focus on this. And if states are going to focus on this, and they're going to need their stuff to be private because they don't want to get hacked by these blockchain attackers or spam attacks. Because imagine like a whole state has their books, on this particular blockchain or whatever, and then all of a sudden it gets hacked, and then there's like this massive like, I mean, it's happened so many times in our own ecosystems of just like old data where like, remember there was a huge Sony hack, a whole huge PlayStation Network hack. There was, we've had Microsoft get hacked a bunch. I mean, we've had a bunch of things look, Coinbase got hacked because they messed up bad. Remember, this was just recently, Coinbase, like everyone's customer data got leaked, addresses, numbers. I get scam calls every single freaking day and text messages trying to scam me from Coinbase, leaking my information. So privacy is important, and it's a matter of security too, because at a point where these exchanges are wanting us to KYC, and then they lose our freaking data, and then you try and go and travel and someone's tracking everything that you're doing because they got your information. And we want to be like, oh yeah, Coinbase is such a great company. No, they're a freaking terrible company. Do better. You paid $25 million for 8 podcast episodes, and you outsource your customer service to India? Okay. Good job. You're really American right there. That's very American, Coinbase. We appreciate you. It's insane. So what we need is privacy. We do need privacy. Privacy is very important. But to get back to my point here is that there's going to be people building these things. And if we want to focus on someone building something, they're doxxed, they're going to the events and they said they've signed NDAs. We'll see. We're going to follow this stuff. But this is getting into something privacy early as Zera Labs. So we're going to follow this thing. Remember, it could go to zero. It could get rug pulled. Dax could end up being a robot, not a real person. Who knows? I don't know. This is how it works, my friends. This is the cryptocurrency markets. It's just like Bitcoin. If you were buying Bitcoin back at $10, guess what? You had to hold through every single crazy capitulation, Mount Gox, Silk Road, everything, all the stuff, blah, 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 blah. I mean, gosh, you'd have to hold through all the kinds of crap. So if anything, you're getting into an early project, you have to know that that's the chance that you're taking. It's the risk that you're taking. It's not a zero risk sum game, you know. This is competition at its finest happening right now. And so he who controls all the supply or controls supply or holds a portion of supply wins the race. And so why do you think these institutions are buying the crap out of Ethereum, Bitcoin, in these lows while everyone's telling you it's a bear market and no one's going to use crypto? So Dax explained, hey, how do I explain Zera Labs to normies? He said, a gay guy, hey, cutie, what does your company do? And he said, me, I encrypt financial transactions to keep the government out of your money. Pretty good example. So what they're doing, I think what they're building is they're building a ZK layer, so zero knowledge layer, to where you can turn your stable coins and whatever crypto. I'm not sure how much crypto. I'm not sure what list of cryptos you're going to be able to send into this protocol. Oh, here it is. Okay. So stable coins like USDC, USDT, Sol, BTC, ETH, etc., into a private portable digital cache. A single compressed ZK pool enables shielded balances, private transfers, and offline peer-to-peer via NFC, Bluetooth, and QR. This is exactly what Jack Dorsey is building with BitChat, but in terms of Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer, offline type of messaging system called BitChat, okay? So I'm very curious about this. I'm really curious to see where this thing could go. And this is just kind of on the privacy sector. So let's see how the actual token is looking. Let's see. To verify that I'm a human, I am a meat popsicle. So yeah, we said that there was really nice support sitting at 20 million, which sits that price at around 2 cents. So like 2 cents seems like it's support. Every time it's hit down into this 2 cent range on the daily, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's been about almost close to a month since we've had the migration. So before this is what's interesting about this particular project, and this is how other projects have come to pass as well, is if you're able to build and get liquidity by creating a token through a launch pad, which they used Pump Fund. It was originally a Pump Fund token project called Monopoly Money. And so through them raising funds, which I'm sure they did, they got creator funds, they got creator fees, they, from setting up the pool. And so with that, they reinvested hopefully into migrating and building this protocol. So if that's how they did it, that's a super cool way to be able to literally build a company out of thin air. Obviously, this guy, Dax, though, he is, if we go to, if you look and see what he's doing, he's definitely very knowledgeable. His background is working in MetaMask, advertising, and he's very much a programmer and a dev working on zero knowledge proof tech. Oh, no creator fee, so community paid for all of it. Oh, okay. Dang. But yeah, it just shows that if you want to try something, crypto really is like one of the best places that you can try and tap into liquidity. You can start something from scratch and then just see how far you can go with it. But like I said, guys, everything can go to zero. So I can't tell you what to buy. I can just lead you down some rabbit holes. So that's like my privacy rabbit hole, thanks to Headband. So my privacy bag would consist of this: Zera Labs, Monero, Zcash, and Rose. So Rose is another privacy focused blockchain. And I like the name. I like the Oasis Rose. Market cap very much. If you look at its all time highs from the previous cycle, I mean it really did well. But look, what's interesting is that it really pumped the hardest in 2022. This is actually, it pumped after the fact of the bull run. So we had the bull run. Remember, it peaked out on altcoins in November 2021. This thing had a second pump and freaking broke all-time highs the following year in 2022 in January. So that's what I always find interesting with some of these altcoins that didn't just like peak up in November and then get smashed down, because that's what happened with a lot of them. A lot of them peaked November in 2021, and then when Bitcoin got cooked, then altcoins just took a spill. The same thing happened with Cardano. Cardano peaked in November, boom, took a plunge. Touched that almost $3 and it was lights out. And so, and we've noticed every time we've had a little bit of an altcoin season, this thing really did do well. Or even the hints of one, it tried to test back up into some levels, but Rose, if I remember, is definitely focused on, so smart privacy natively on Oasis. Yeah, so Oasis is the pioneering layer 1 blockchain designed to enable scalability and confidential compute. So Oasis is home to Sapphire. It's the first confidential EVM that empowers Web3 and decentralized AI developers to build dApps with smart privacy natively on Oasis. So I remember way back, I was like, oh yeah, I guess they're like I just looked at this altcoin as like they're kind of trying to hit all aspects. So the Oasis network is a groundbreaking layer 1 blockchain platform designed to make privacy and scalability access, blah, 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 blah. What makes it where different types of transactions can move quickly without slowing each other down while keeping sensitive information protected. So they've been doing this for a while. And if you look at the circulating supply, there's 7.4 billion rows. Total supply is 10 billion. So almost all of the supply is out. If we were to see the token unlocks, we've had 65% of the token unlocked, 11% locked of the supply, and then we have 23%, which is untracked. Core contributors, 26% of the supply. The foundation has 13%. Community and the ecosystem actually has a lot of the token, has a lot of the balance, 24%. And then you have lock drop 2. That's only like very, so this is like very small supply. The backers, 30%. So backers, probably investors, 30%. So that's a nice half split. So like the community and the ecosystem itself holds 24% of the token allocation, and the backers hold about 30%. So it's kind of like half split. Not too bad. And I wonder how the volume is looking. If we look at the trading volume across the sexes, let's see. Binance kind of controls a lot of that, which is the problem here. This is the problem. I don't like that Binance like controls so much of the trading volume on some of these altcoins. That's why I want them to go away. I think they're a cancer in this space, and they should literally just. If anyone should give up, it should be Binance. We had a whole breakdown of why we shouldn't give up, but we want Binance to give up. Please, Binance, give up. Like, exit out already, okay? Next time I see Binance at an event that I go to, I'm going to say, can you guys just like hang it up already? We really don't want you here. While everyone else is going to be over there trying to get their free products and do their fun games, I'm going to be like, yeah, can I like bust down your whole entire setup here? Spray paint it. I'm going to be like those liberals who throw paint at the at the very expensive paintings. I'm going to come with a bucket of paint. I'm going to be like, shame. Shame. So just shame them all. Shame them all. All right. Top news. In the past 4 hours, the entire network, 119 million, mainly long orders. Let me see. What is this about? Let me see. In the past 4 hours, the entire network, CoinGlass, the entire network liquidated 119 million in the past 4 hours, of which long orders liquidated 75 million and short orders liquidated. Okay. So, yep, liquidation. A Bitcoin OG whale deposited another 100 BTC to Kraken an hour ago. Oh, man. He also cut his BTC short position on Hyperliquid to 1,300 BTC. Look at this. Hong Kong's first Solana ETF, China AMC Solana ETF, has been approved. Yeah, that's pretty much it for kind of the news here. Yeah, nothing else too pressing. If you guys are interested in diving in a little bit more to what we were talking about in the beginning of the live stream, is the war that's being fought on your crypto, to take your crypto, to continue to have you be in the old system, and you do not want to be left behind. So the real World War III that's being fought right now is on the blockchain and with AI. the silent war has already begun. It's the weaponization of energy. It's blockchain versus AI, opposite philosophies and the same dependence. The new Cold War is being fought with algorithms and empires. And it's the energy wars. This is what's happening right now. It's basically energy singularity at a point where demand for computation eclipses everything else. So this is why crypto is going to be so important in these data centers and everything that's whatever's going to be powering this and whatever blockchain is going to be used by these AI agents. This is where we need to be. 100%. It's as easy as that. I can't give you the token. I don't know exactly when it's going to go up. I don't know what the volatility is going to do. No one knows. And if they think they know or they're telling you they know, they are lying to you and they're just trying to sell you a course to make you think that they're a genius and you should pay them money to give you the alpha. But guess what? You can come to this live stream. I will pump you the hell up and get you bullish and not tell you a single damn coin to buy at all, but to lead you down the rabbit hole to continue your journey. And so this is where it's all going to be playing out and where the road is paved, is focusing on this and knowing that this is the real war that's happening. And it all correlates with your crypto. So get ready. We need to be on like dark mode on Substack, by the way. That's like way too bright. But all right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. We want to just show our appreciation for all the people that are in the chat. Thank you so much to Ozzy, to Bitcoin Nomad, to Headband. Shout out to Ozzy. Shout out to Dave. Thank you, Lasers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone who is watching on X. I'm not sure how many people were even watching on X. I don't know if I got rated or let's see. Let's see how many people. Let's go. 82 people. Let's go, baby. So salute to the X fam. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. We'll it's funny. I'm working an event for the Democrats. Like I said, I've been helping them with town halls. So you can never say, and it's because you guys know I'm not a Democrat. Like I'm like a registered Republican. I voted for Trump, but but I'm not like an extremist. I'm not going to be an extremist, and I've never been like that. Most of my friends don't agree with me at all, actually. They think I'm insane. But we still love each other. They still love me, and we just don't get into that. But yeah, I'm helping the Dems. I'm helping the Democrats with their town hall. So, and I told them, hey, I'll help you out as much as you need. You know, doesn't bother me. But yeah, we just wanted to point that out. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. So we don't know if we're going to be back in time to do the night live stream. And if we are, I think we might start it at like 9 p.m. or something like that. We might start it at like 9. So if you want to come back and hang out, I think on this particular live stream, we might just we're just going to have some fun. We're just going to be pulling up news articles. We're going to be pulling up some posts. We're going to maybe test out some applications. We'll test out some things live, and we'll just have some fun. And maybe we'll take some calls too. I mean, geez, we can even take calls. You guys can call me up on Discord. I mean, if you want to talk directly on this live stream, I'm like, hey, you got an open floor. Just don't troll me, all right? Just don't troll me, okay? But yeah, late tonight, tune in. We'll have an open conversation. We'll play some crypto video games. We'll be on the bleeding edge of culture together, my friends. Now, with that being said, make sure you are evangelistic on this live stream. You share it with a friend. You get them in here. Teach them about crypto. Yeah, that's it. Shout out to all the the partners and the people that have given this channel a chance. Check out all the links in the description. Best way to support the friend. Best way to support the channel. Right here. Just, you know, links and stuff. All right. Peace out.